Hello everybody, I'm going to be doing a review of Comodo Time Machine. We'll start the installer here. Comodo Time Machine is basically almost exactly the same as Mac Time Machine because it creates a series of snapshots of the system, and if something goes wrong, you just restore to that snapshot of the system at the period that something goes wrong. So, right here I'm going to install it, and you get to select the partition or disk you install it to. And also right up here, this is a little preview of Comodo's new interface. The version 4 of Comodo's Internet Security will implement Comodo Time Machine, and will also have this kind of reddish interface look. So, they're changing their interfaces around. So, I'm going to be testing this against some nasty malware. I have Virut in one of my files, and so we're going to be giving it a real run through. So I'm just going to pause this video here while we restart. I'll be right back. Alright, so we're booted back up here. One thing I'll tell you is that during the installation, Comodo Time Machine needs to reboot for one specific reason. Probably several, but it needs to install. It's almost like a pre-boot for the operating system. It's not like the master boot record, I don't believe, but it is like it loads before the operating system, and therefore, if you kill your boot process and make it so that the system cannot boot, like you kill your master boot record, well, maybe not that, but if you do anything to your system that prevents it from booting, and you can't get to this Comodo Time Machine, you can do it during boot. So we'll open this Comodo Time Machine up, and we have a few options in the simple menu: take snapshot or restore system, which is pretty easy. And we'll look into advanced right now. So, when it's installed, it creates a baseline snapshot. So if I reset to baseline, what Comodo is going to do is it's going to reset my computer to basically the point that I installed Comodo Time Machine. Now, I'm going to create a new snapshot, and I'm going to name this secure, because that's what it is, and then I can give it a description: nothing wrong, and then we'll say OK. And so immediately I'm going to lock that, and that will prevent it from being changed. And so you can create a scheduled snapshot, or you can restore the system to this, either this or this. So one whole snapshot, by the way, only takes 16 megabytes. That's pretty good. And then recover files. So I can look in baseline, and let's see. And we're going to look in baseline, and we're going to look for the file user init.exe. We're going to see if we can find that within baseline. Yeah, it's finding them in baseline, and it found it in the DLL cache and within system 32. And then I can reset baseline. If we look at settings, there's not really much we can do. It automatically defrags the snapshots, which is interesting. And then you can set as users. Yeah. So not much there that we need to change or take a look at. And then you can click Update if you want to check for updates for Comodo Time Machine. Alright. So I'm going to pause the video, check my time, and I'll be right back, and we're going to destroy this system and then see if we can restore it with Comodo Time Machine. I'll be right back. Alright, I have two malware packages here. This is some really fun malware. As you can see, one of them is Virut. One of them has Virut in it, so we're going to install Virut. First of all, we're going to extract these and give these a run. Alright, bingo. Alright, so believe that I have just malwareified the system. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, I'm sufficiently satisfied. You know, I have some junk running. And let's go back and we'll do some Virut infecting. I don't know which one of these is Virut, so we'll just have to be content with using all of them, which is fine, right? I don't care for that. I'm not even sure that's fake. Alright, beautiful. So, now I can almost guarantee that this computer is pretty darn infected. If we take a look at my... yeah, well, there's the proof right there that we're pretty darn infected. And, I'm not going to be able to access my task manager, am I? Until I go ahead and restore. First of all, though, we're going to delete these. Just as, you know, a test to see if they come back. Yeah, whatever, it's not letting me delete some of that stuff. That's probably the Virut installer there. And I'm going to reboot the system, though, and show you... I'm just going to reset it, because it doesn't matter. And I'm going to show you the booting restore. So press the home key. So it's basically the boot menu here. I can uninstall via here too, and take a snapshot from here too. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at restoring a system from here. We're going to go to Secure. That was a mistake. We're going to load the snapshot. And the computer now reboots. And we load right back up here. And at the point of my snapshot, we notice that there's nothing wrong with the system. This is at the point that I installed the snapshot. Take a look at my task manager here. If we look at my processes, we see that Comodo is using a pretty minimal amount of RAM, and my system is fully restored. So don't get much better than that. Comodo, though, does have bugs, and I can't say that this is bug-proof. Some people have had their computers turned into a brick by using this program. But it worked for me, and it did a great job, and it didn't use too much space. So thanks for watching, everybody. This is a cool application.